Frederich Cepeda Cruz was born on March 8, 1980, in Yara, a small town in the province of Granma, Cuba. Growing up in a country where baseball is a cultural cornerstone, Cepeda was introduced to the sport at an early age. His family, not particularly involved in professional sports, nonetheless nurtured his natural talent and passion for baseball. From a young age, it was clear that Cepeda had an innate ability for the game, and he quickly became a local standout. Cepeda's early years were marked by his participation in youth baseball leagues in Granma, where he developed the skills that would define his career. His prowess as a hitter and his disciplined approach to the game attracted the attention of local scouts, and by his teenage years, Cepeda was already on the radar of the Cuban national team selectors. At just 16 years old, Cepeda joined the Cuban national junior team, where he gained valuable experience and exposure on the international stage. This period allowed him to develop his batting technique and leadership abilities. His success with the junior team, combined with his stellar performance in Cuba's national series, set the stage for his ascent in the professional ranks. Rise to prominence in the Cuban national series. Cepeda's professional career began in 1998, when he joined Ciego de Ávila in the Cuban National Series, CNS, the country's premier baseball league. His debut season was a promising one, and it didn't take long for Cepeda to establish himself as one of the top young talents in the league. Known for his powerful bat, sharp eye at the plate, and speed on the base paths, Cepeda quickly became one of the league's most exciting players. In the early years of his career, Cepeda faced stiff competition in the Cuban National Series. However, his performance was undeniable. In 2001, just 3 years after his debut, Cepeda helped lead his team to a Cuban National Series championship. His offensive firepower, along with his ability to perform in clutch moments, made him an invaluable asset to Ciego de Ávila. Cepeda's performances in the postseason cemented his reputation as a reliable and consistent player who could deliver in high-pressure situations. Throughout the early 2000s, Cepeda's batting continued to improve, and he became known for his ability to hit for both power and average. His combination of offensive prowess and strong defensive play in the outfield made him a complete player. Cepeda's rise to prominence within the Cuban National Series was swift, and by 2004, he had established himself as one of the best hitters in Cuba. His ability to hit for power, coupled with his speed and fielding, set him apart from many of his peers in the league. Career peak. Dominance in Cuban baseball. Cepeda's career peak came during the 2000s and early 2010s, a period during which he became one of the most dominant players in the Cuban National Series. As his batting technique evolved, he began to refine his approach at the plate, consistently posting outstanding numbers year after year. His natural power, combined with his disciplined approach to hitting, made him one of the most feared hitters in the league. In 2005, Cepeda had a breakout season that would define his career. He posted a remarkable .354 batting average with 25 home runs and 70 RBIs, finishing among the league leaders in multiple categories. His performance that season was a testament to his ability to hit for both average and power, a combination that few players could replicate. Cepeda's consistency in the middle of the lineup made him the centerpiece of the Ciego de Ávila offense, and his contributions were key to his team's success. Cepeda continued his stellar performance throughout the next decade. In 2009, he was named to the Cuban National Series All-Star team for the first time, a recognition of his dominance at the plate. His ability to consistently hit for power, maintain a high batting average, and drive in runs made him one of the most complete offensive players in the league. His performances were not limited to the regular season. Cepeda's contributions in the postseason were also crucial to his team's success. In 2010, he led Ciego de Ávila to another Cuban National Series championship, further solidifying his place as one of Cuba's most successful and beloved players. Cepeda's success was not confined to the Cuban National Series alone. His talent was recognized on the international stage, where he played a significant role in Cuba's success in international competitions. In 2009, he was part of the Cuban national team that competed in the World Baseball Classic. Although Cuba did not win the tournament, Cepeda's performance in the competition was exceptional, further showcasing his ability to perform against the world's best players. His success in international competitions continued, and he became a key figure for Cuba in tournaments such as the Pan American Games and the Cuban Olympic team. In 2013, Cepeda had one of his best seasons in the Cuban National Series, posting a .375 batting average with 32 home runs and 100 RBIs. His offensive output that year was staggering, and he became the most feared hitter in the league. Cepeda's performances in the postseason that year were instrumental in leading Ciego de Ávila to another championship, and he was named Most Valuable Player of the Cuban National Series Finals. His power at the plate, combined with his leadership, made him one of the most respected players in Cuban baseball history. Main achievements and recognition. Cepeda's career was decorated with numerous accolades and achievements that placed him among the greatest players in Cuban baseball history. Some of his most notable accomplishments include multiple Cuban National Series championships. Cepeda led Ciego de Ávila to multiple Cuban National Series titles, further cementing his legacy as one of the league's greatest players. Cuban National Series MVP, 2013. His spectacular performance during the 2013 season, which included leading the league in several offensive categories, earned him the MVP award in the Cuban National Series. World Baseball Classic participation, 2009. Cepeda was an integral part of the Cuban national team during the 2009 World Baseball Classic, representing Cuba on the international stage. All-Star selections. Cepeda was a multiple-time Cuban National Series All-Star, a testament to his consistent excellence in the league. High career batting average. Over the course of his career, Cepeda maintained a career batting average of over 300, solidifying his status as one of the most consistent and feared hitters in the league. Final years and retirement. As with many athletes, Cepeda's later years in professional baseball saw a decline in his physical capabilities. Despite the passage of time, he remained a key contributor to his team. But injuries and the natural effects of aging began to take their toll. Cepeda's batting average and power numbers began to dip, and he was no longer the dominant force he had once been. In 2016, Cepeda officially announced his retirement from the Cuban National Series, ending an illustrious career that spanned nearly 2 decades. His retirement marked the conclusion of one of the most successful and respected careers in Cuban baseball history. Despite his decline in performance in his final seasons, Cepeda's influence on Cuban baseball remained immense. His leadership, work ethic, and commitment to the game left an indelible mark on the sport. Legacy. Frederich Cepeda's legacy in Cuban baseball is defined by his consistency, power, and ability to perform in clutch moments. He was one of the most dominant players in the Cuban National Series during his prime, and his contributions to Cuba's success on the international stage cemented his place as one of the greatest Cuban players of all time. Cepeda's career will be remembered for his offensive brilliance, his leadership both on and off the field, and his unwavering dedication to the game. His performances in the postseason, his multiple MVP awards, and his participation in international competitions made him a key figure in the history of Cuban baseball. Beyond his on-field achievements, Cepeda's mentorship of younger players ensured that his impact on the sport would continue long after his retirement. As one of Cuba's most beloved players, Frederich Cepeda's legacy will live on in the hearts of fans and the history of Cuban baseball.